Kris Hanna, Mayor of Marion, reporting on the General Council meeting this week. Well, there was a huge decision about a proposal for Tesla to build a factory just south of the existing Tonsley high-tech area between the old Mitsubishi car plant and Sturt Road. Currently, it's pretty well a wasteland, including a small patch of council land. It was a reserve, but once we realised that the soil had been contaminated from years of car industry use, the fact is it's been fenced off and unusable, and it won't be used for recreation again. So Council has entertained this deal, but there was legitimately a lot of concern about the trees, 58 trees on the site which is proposed for development. So we extracted reassurances from the developer tonight that for every regulated tree, they will plant 2 new trees, and for every significant tree to go as a result of the development, they'll plant 3 additional trees, and that of the 4 significant trees, they will save at least 3 of them. So that reassured some of the councillors, at least, that there were efforts being made to minimise the removal of trees. In the end, the council decided to proceed, but there is still another step in the process. That means going to the Minister for Local Government for revocation of community land status, and if that is done, then the deal involving a Tesla company, Renewal SA, the Housing Trust and the Marion Council can go ahead. Secondly, I can talk about the Marion Basketball Stadium. A 4-court stadium has been proposed, and it will be an expensive item, but the community consultation that we undertook recently in relation to the stadium was really very positive about the 4-court design. So Council has taken the step to proceed with a complete design as opposed to the concept design. So it'll go to the fine detail of what the building would look like. That will enable final costing. And at the same time, we'll do an audit report on the proposed finances, including borrowings and cost, etc., of the new stadium. We also discussed the budget as a whole, and we had a lot of feedback about the budget. Look, it was fairly evenly divided. Some people in the community thought we were spending too much on our big projects, and yet others thought that we were doing really well with all of the services and parks and projects that we're providing. So in the end, Council decided to largely keep with the draft and keep with a 4.8% average residential rate increase. Now, we have in the past years been closer to the inflation rate, and this is certainly going to be more. All I can say in justification is that we're probably still in the top half in terms of Adelaide Metropolitan Councils, in terms of keeping our rate rises low. But it has been difficult with construction costs and wages costs as well. Good news for those of you who have been to community events in Marion, particularly the Concert at the Cove and Marion Celebrates, which has been held around the Marion Cultural Centre. Both very popular events, and in the past we've alternated. In other words, each one of them has taken place every 2 years. We've actually approved for them both to take place every year, so there'll be a lot more partying going on in Marion for you. And in addition to that, we've found some extra money for some smaller scale events around the place as well. The people have told us that they really enjoy these social outings with free music and food offerings and so on, so we're going to have more of them. And finally, just a note about EV charging stations. So with an increasing number of electric vehicles, and of course Council is changing its fleet over, its sedan fleet at least, over to electric vehicles, we need more public charging places around the place. So we had a report this week which talked about electric vehicle charging places going in at the Marion Outdoor Pool, the Marion Cultural Centre, the Mitchell Park Centre, and the Cove Civic Centre, and possibly Tonsley as well. So that's all yet to come, but things are gradually moving along with the complicated approval processes. So a really big meeting this week, lots of big decisions. That's all for now.